So good morning. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about chronic kidney disease. Chronic kidney disease is a disease where the kidney and the body loses its ability to filter and to clean the blood. The kidney is the organ in the body which deals with cleaning the blood, and the way it filters it is it has a structural portion and a functional portion. And today we're going to be talking more about the functional portion. In the functional portion, the nephron is the main unit. And the deeper you go into the kidney, the more vessels and arterioles there are that deal with this. So the deeper you go into the nephron, there are renal arteries going in and other arterioles going out, which has the waste products in the urine and all the toxins in it. And the renal artery has all the good things like blood, molecules, white blood cells, everything that the body actually needs. So there are 3 stages of cleaning the blood, and the first stage is known as filtration, and it deals a lot with a structure in the nephron known as the glomerulus. The glomerulus is a big ball of vessels pretty deep into the kidney, and the renal artery kind of runs by it, so it allows the blood and plasma and stuff to be diffused into the glomerulus to begin filtration. And in order to start filtration, all the molecules are filtered, good and bad, both go into the glomerulus from the renal artery. But 4 very large molecules still remain in the renal artery because they can't be filtered. So the 4 molecules would be red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and protein, especially albumin, which is a large protein. So if these molecules are ever found within the blood, you know that wrong things are being filtered and there's something wrong with the kidneys. That's how the doctors tell. The way that these molecules get into the glomerulus is if the renal artery or the glomerulus has increased permeability, and this is because of high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and things like that. So holes and gaps will be formed in the membrane of the capillaries of the renal artery. So if an individual has CKD, the renal artery would have more permeability, and this would be because more gaps and more holes would be formed in the renal artery, allowing larger molecules to go into the glomerulus, which shouldn't be there. So the second stage of cleaning the blood is known as reabsorption, and that's where the good and the bad molecules get separated and differentiated within the body. So in the glomerular capillaries, if good molecules are there, they get reabsorbed back into the renal artery, so they diffuse back, and this could be like salt, electrolytes, water, smaller proteins and stuff like that. But all the waste, the toxins, and everything bad and larger still remain within the glomerular capillary. That could be larger proteins just because they're too big to go back, and the membrane, the glomerular capillary, doesn't have any holes when a patient has CKD. So the last stage of cleaning the blood is known as secretion, and in this stage there is no differentiation between good and bad molecules. The good molecules are already in your body, and your bad molecules are being combined with urea to eventually just secrete out of the body, the ureters and the bladder, and then it's gone. So if a patient does have CKD, especially in the early stages, protein will be found in the blood because it would leave through the gaps and the holes in the renal artery and mix with the urea and stay with the toxins because it's unable to get back in the body, and it will be present in the urine. So when doctors do routine urine work for pregnant mothers, for any kind of checkup, and you find your protein within the urine, that's how you know you have proteinuria, which is one of the leading symptoms of CKD. Another leading symptom could be hypertension, but that could also be because of a lot of other things, including cardiac issues. But cardiac issues and CKD are usually grouped together because they do have a correlation. So my mom is currently struggling with CKD, and this is how she manages her illness. So this is my mom, Savi, and she is living with chronic kidney disease. How did you first find out about your CKD?
Apparently, I have had CKD in my whole life. I found out that I had CKD when I was 25 years old, when I was pregnant with my son. Even though I had delivered my daughter in India, they couldn't find it out. And I didn't know what is CKD and how serious CKD is until then. Then when I was pregnant with my son, they had to do the routine checkup, and they had found out that I had a proteinuria. So then my doctor suggested to see a nephrologist, and I went to see a nephrologist, and they found out that I have chronic kidney disease. Now here I am with my CKD.
So what stage of CKD are you in, and what does that mean?
Oh, I am in stage 3 and got in 4. It means I had to manage it well and prevent it getting worse. That's it.
So did you change anything about your diet or your exercise to help slow chronic kidney disease?
Yeah, I have changed my diet completely. I reduced salt intake drastically, and I use more fruits and vegetables more and more, and I exercise regularly, and I used to eat junk food all the time, and now I'm being really careful. I know what I'm having, and what I can't. If you don't control your food, it will mess up your blood pressure and sugar level, and it will mess up your potassium and all the phosphorus and all the other things, and it will lead to more chronic kidney disease. So I'm being really careful, and I'm trying to prevent my kidney failure.
Hi.
Hi.
So how many laps do you try to do a day?
I swim 30 laps per day.
How has swimming helped you in your kidney?
Actually, swimming helps a lot. It will expand your lungs, and this is the only exercise that will help the body without harming any legs or all the joint pain or anything like that.
So in general, what can you do to manage your chronic kidney disease?
It's very tough to manage with this disease because you have to watch everything every day, like whatever you are eating, drinking, exercising, everything like that. All you can do is to manage CKD, is to take care of yourself. That's all you can do. Then probably you can slow it down and prevent